Lola Consuelos, commanded attention at the GQ Men of the Year awards. Kelly Ripa's daughter, Lola Consuelos, commanded attention at the GQ Men of the Year awards on Wednesday night, stepping out in a show-stopping, body-hugging orange dress that lit up the red carpet. Hello. Viewed images from the star-studded London event, which drew fashion insiders, actors and recording artists from around the globe, and Lola stood out instantly among the A-list crowd. The 22-year-old looked radiant in the bold gown, which featured a sleek, form-fitting silhouette and daring gold zipper detailing on both sides of her waist, offering subtle flashes of skin and adding an edgy twist to the classic red carpet silhouette. Photos captured by event photographers showed the gown's deep amber undertones glowing under the camera flashes, giving her look a warm, luminous finish. Wearing her hair pulled back into a sophisticated bun and accessorized with sculptural gold earrings, Lola let the dress take center stage. The rich orange-red hue complemented her glowing complexion, while her soft, glam makeup highlighted her striking green eyes and natural beauty. Hello observed that Lola posed confidently against the signature bright red GQ backdrop, effortlessly owning the spotlight among a sea of major celebrities. Inside the event, she was photographed mingling with guests and flashing her warm smile, blending poised elegance with youthful ease. Lola later shared the images on Instagram, quickly receiving a flood of praise. "Stunning," wrote one fan. "Beautiful, looking so much like your mama here," added another. Her red carpet outing arrives shortly after Lola posted a nostalgic bikini throwback. The budding musician shared a snapshot from a beach holiday, posing in front of crystal-clear ocean water in a burnt orange triangle bikini top and white micro shorts with a Brazil flag patch. Leaning back with a bright smile, her toasted almond hair fell in soft, beachy waves down her back. "I miss my long hair, I miss my tan pre-save my song out November 21st, new music hypochondriac," she captioned. Hello has been following Lola's rise as an emerging artist, especially as she prepares to release new music. Her upcoming single, Hypochondriac, out November 21, marks the second track from her debut EP. Back in October, Lola revealed her first single, Lola, with a heartfelt message. "Lola was the first song Evajirgi and I wrote together," she told fans. "Evie created such a safe space for me to truly let my guard down and tap into emotions I hadn't visited in a while. This feels like just the beginning of a new chapter in my musical journey." The evening had already been buzzing with excitement long before Lola Consuelos stepped into the room. It was the annual Luminary Gala, an event known for its glittering guest list, its impossibly high ceilings dripping with crystals, and a red carpet so bright it practically glowed. But nothing that night shone brighter than Lola herself. Inside the grand entrance, cameras were flashing rapidly, journalists shouting names to catch attention, and stylists fussing with their celebrity clients. Then, almost like a cinematic scene where the room seems to collectively pause, Lola appeared at the top of the golden staircase. She took one step, then another, and by the third step, the entire hall seemed to tilt toward her, as if the spotlight itself had chosen her as its muse. She wore a dress that could have started 1,000 conversations. It was tight-fitted, molded perfectly to her silhouette, and daring in a way that was bold but never garish, classy, confident, and unapologetically modern. The rich, deep emerald color contrasted beautifully with her complexion, and as she moved, the smooth satin reflected tiny highlights like rippling water. A small train followed behind her like a shadow too entranced to let go. Her hair, effortlessly cascading in soft waves, framed her face with the kind of elegance that felt both timeless and fresh. The minimal jewelry, just a sleek pair of diamond drop earrings, made a statement louder than any extravagant necklace could. But the true power of her look wasn't in the accessories or even the dress. It was in Lola's calm, unshakable confidence. She didn't need to demand attention. Attention naturally drifted toward her like metal to a magnet. From the corner of the venue, Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos watched their daughter descend the stairs. Kelly's smile softened into something between pride and disbelief, as though Lola had somehow grown up all at once in front of her. Mark nudged Kelly lightly and whispered, "We're definitely not ready for this." Kelly laughed, but her eyes glistened the way a mother's eyes do when pride and nostalgia mix into a perfect emotional cocktail. Once Lola reached the base of the staircase, a ripple of murmurs swept across the hall. People leaned closer. Cameras flicked toward her. Several stylists whispered frantically to their clients, pointing out the daring cut, the flawless tailoring, the simplicity that still somehow felt extravagant. Even the celebrities who normally thrived on the spotlight looked over with genuine admiration. What made the moment even more unforgettable was the way Lola carried herself. She moved gracefully, with the quiet assurance of a woman who knew exactly who she was. She didn't rush. She didn't pose dramatically. Instead, she glided through the space with an expression that blended warmth with mystery. Each step seemed to tell a story of growth, self-assurance, and a young woman stepping into her own light. Several reporters quickly approached her. "Lola, over here, can we get a picture? Who designed the dress? What inspired your look tonight?" Lola paused with a soft smile. "It's custom," she replied gently. "And honestly, I just felt like wearing something that made me feel me." Simple, entirely hers, and the crowd adored it. As she continued down the hall, she was greeted by fellow young actors, musicians, and social media personalities, each offering high-energy compliments. "Girl, you look unreal," became the most repeated sentence of the night. Lola accepted each compliment with sincerity, never letting the attention inflate her presence, just enhance it. At one point, while speaking with a small group near the floral installation, Lola noticed Kelly standing not too far away. Kelly gave her daughter a small thumbs up and a look that said, "You're doing great." Lola's smile widened, a tiny moment of mother-daughter connection glowing through all the glamour. Meanwhile, Mark maneuvered himself like a stealthy guardian, making sure no overeager guests got too close or too intrusive. Although he was a proud father, he was also quietly preparing to intercept anyone who tried to take the daring aspect of her dress as an invitation for inappropriate comments. But he soon realized he barely had anything to worry about. Lola commanded respect simply by being herself. Later in the evening, the host invited everyone to the ballroom for the program. Lola walked in, still leaving a trail of impressed whispers behind her. At her table, guests continued talking about her look, not in a sensational way, but in admiration of her elegance and maturity. A famous designer seated nearby leaned over to Kelly. "Your daughter," he said with genuine awe, "has star quality. She doesn't just wear the dress wears her energy. That's rare." Kelly laughed. "Oh, believe me, I know." The dinner continued, and Lola enjoyed conversations, laughter, and the unspoken thrill of being part of something bigger. Though she wasn't a stranger to public appearances, tonight felt different, more intentional. She wasn't just Kelly Ripa and Mark Consulo's daughter. She was Lola Consulo's, an emerging artist